With the world in quarantine right now is the time to get them games that you've been wanting to play out the way. And what better way than with the MTU? It's time for the MegaDev Video Roundup. Did you know that it's been 4 years since the last Doom release? But finally, the wait is over and Doom Eternal is here. We've loved the Doom franchise for a long time, since the original release way back in 1993, but a lot has changed over the years, yet some things have just stayed the same. The classic demon slaying first person point of view play. If you played the last Doom, then you already have an idea of what you're in for, only things now feel a whole lot faster, more fluid and insanely frantic. Unlike past games, Doom Eternal is also set on a demon-riddled Earth. Doom Eternal comes with some new features, things like being able to upgrade your suit, for example, to enhance your gameplay, also weapon upgrades. And the weapon upgrades don't only make you more deadly, they're also used for specifics. Some weapons are more effective against certain demons, for example. Take the plasma rifle. It's more useful for destroying energy shields, so it's best off to take the time to find out which weapon is best for which scenario. The MTU has got you covered with 17 awesome cheats. Things like infinite ammo, unlimited armor, unlimited health, and killing the AI quite easily. It also adds to upgrade tokens for your weapons and armor. And if you're one of those hardcore gamer types, you can also reset them upgrade tokens to 0, put yourself on low health or low armor, and even reset your mastery tokens. Skul the Hero Slayer is a 2D action platformer developed by Southpaw Games and developed by NeoWiz. Skul is a classic sort of story. Heroes band together in an effort to defeat the evil Demon King and his minions. However, in this game, you are the skeleton minion and it's your job to defeat the evil heroes. Skul isn't the first game to flip the Demon King hero dynamic, but it does it well. The graphics in this superb 2D platformer are amazing, and Skul uses a retro pixel art style, but is one of those pixel art styles where the pixels are small enough to implement crazy levels of details. Character designs are fun and varied, where there are a number of different soldiers and monsters to fight. And Skul himself has quite a few variations. His original design is somewhat adorable, his skull is almost as large as his body, and he has a fun little hero's cloak. Swapping his head around with others can make him anything from a tabby-clad ninja to a medieval court gesture, and even a borderline copyright infringing flaming skull head complete with motorcycle. Ghost Rider much? The MTU has 13 cheats for you to use and also has some hardcore options for you hardcore gamers. You can add gold or dark sight, god mode and even no skill cooldown. You can also do infinite jumps, and again for them hardcore gamers, drop yourself to low health or just reset your gold. Corruption 2029 is a tactical squad game, very similar to the XCOM series itself. You'll control your 3-member squad, a man, a woman and a robot, though a mostly linear series of missions moving around in slightly elevated third-person view in real time. Being a soldier deployed in a war zone, every map is populated by debris and enemy patrols stationed in and around dilapidated buildings, checkpoints and watchtowers. Engaging soldiers turns Corruption into a turn-based game, complete with XCOM's half and full cover mechanic and 2 action systems where you can move, dash, fire a gun or use a special ability. Corruption does a tremendous job of adapting XCOM mechanics, keeping these things simple when necessary or making them even simpler, such as the hit chances being restricted to the increments of only 25%, but adapting them when needed. Corruption is not afraid of adding things wholesale either, including in-game lore notes scattered around the environments and things like environmental distractions to attract soldiers away from the pack. The last bit is rather important, as the silence guns available allow you to silently dispatch the lower tier enemies without anyone else being the wiser, making the fights immensely fairer. You're still going to be outnumbered and facing tougher enemies throughout, but at least you get to influence the outcome and level the playing field a bit. If you are struggling with being outnumbered though, the MTU has 7 cheats. Things like infinite ammo, god mode and easy kills. You can even add infinite AP and infinite medkits if it gets too challenging. The MTU has definitely got you covered for Corruption 2029. Tank Mechanic Simulator is all about what you'd expect. given its name, by focusing only on tanks from the Second World War. The game also ends up allowing you to open your own museum and showcase tanks in there, and even though this is not the main point of the game, it does add some extra flavour to it. Simulator games can be daunting, and sometimes people might even just walk away as soon as they know a certain game is a simulator. But while the word is in the name, Tank Mechanic Simulator is an extremely easy game to get into. The game does have a tutorial system in place that gives you some guidance by presenting you with different contracts that approach each of the game's mechanics, so you can just jump straight in and learn how the game plays. The game features 14 different tanks, including a few iconic Panzers, a Stug, a Sherman, and the Soviet KV-1 and KV-2 nevertheless. While each 14 of them are different from each other, the way you approach them as far as gameplay doesn't change that much. The MTU's got you covered with 10 amazing cheats, things like adding money, paying off your loans to 0, instant repair, and even adding reputation and crafting. You can also reset money to 0, reset rep to 0, and reset your crafting to 0. Give this simulator a go, guys. I promise you will not regret it. I consider myself a professional farmer, at least in the gaming world. See, I've played a fair few of these sim games to know my way around a tractor, and I know the right price for corn so as not to be ripped off in a marketplace. In fact, I know many things about the farming world, so I wasn't daunted by the prospect of loading up Farmers Dynasty. Farmers Dynasty is an original and maybe controversial game in the farming sim family. What it tries to do is mix the standard farming gameplay that we all know and love, the usual ploughing, sowing and reaping, with some animal husbandry and the buying and selling of goods. That's all good and wholesome, I hear you say, but this also introduces a splash of The Sims, where you can build relationships with your farming neighbours, get married and raise some children. You even have to worry about eating and sleeping, which adds a whole other level to this farming sim. I have to say though, Farmers Dynasty looks mighty fine. It's a pleasant world to spend some time in. I liked my little farm, even though it was a bit identical to all the other farms, and with the local church being about the same size as one of the biggest cathedrals in the world, I did have to question where the local council is getting its budget. And that being said, the soundtrack to go along with Farmers Dynasty really sets you in the mood to be a farmer. The MTU has definitely got you covered for Farmers Dynasty. It's offering 13 cheats available to use. Things like adding 1,000 social points to get married to that girl you've got your eye on, adding money so you can go down the shops and buy that tractor you want, and even things like never being hungry or never getting tired. You can also, multiply your items by 100. Why not? Sadly guys, that is all we've got time for this month for the video roundup. As always, let us know in the comment section below what games you enjoy playing. Also, let me know how good of a job I'm doing or not doing, so we know what to fix in the future. Also, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button, and I will catch you on next month's video roundup. Ciao.